Hello there everybody, Matthew Armstrong here on day 30 of our 100-day challenge to create financial freedom. How does it get any better than this? Again, I decided I would, I'm actually completely naked right now, but I think you can only see this far down, hopefully anyway. Yeah, so a beautiful sunny day again. I'm topping up my vitamin D. Might go for a dip after this. Just living an awesome lifestyle, and that's why you're watching this video, because you want to live an awesome lifestyle too. And by clicking on the link below this video, you can go through the process of entering your details, watching an incredible video, and start the process of creating financial freedom for yourself as well. So something I want to talk about in today's video is how to be an effective leader. How to be an effective leader, because it's something that few people demonstrate in their daily lives. And I have a belief that every single person on this planet is capable of being an incredibly effective and inspiring leader. And it's just down to a few switches in the mind, a few flip switches to turn that on and to make that happen. And there's a few principles that I'm going to talk to you about in this video. And by getting them and putting them into practice in your daily life and studying them and actually just tuning into them every time you see yourself not doing them and cancelling it and going back to doing them, you will actually start to become a very effective leader. And I got this from, there's a book called The Four Agreements. And funnily enough, I've never actually read the book. You know, I am going to read it at some stage, but I've never read the book. But I know what the Four Agreements are, and I can see the potential of them when we understand them at a deep level. Even though I've never read the book, I'm not saying that I understand them exactly the way the author of the book understands them, but I've been able to take those four agreements and superimpose them onto my life and be able to make them be very, very effective and understand them in my own way. So I'm not saying listening to me about the four agreements is a substitute for reading the four agreements, although you might just get it from a different perspective from my point of view before I've been programmed by reading the book. You know what I mean? Okay, so the four agreements. Four agreements from my point of view. Four agreements for leadership. Okay, agreement one, which is maybe the most important one, but they're all important, but don't make assumptions. Well, my handwriting's getting better and better every time, I think. Don't make assumptions. That's the first agreement. It's an agreement with yourself. It's not you're making some agreement with somebody else or some other entity or whatever. It's an agreement with yourself to not make any assumptions. So as they say, assumption is the mother of all feck-ups, as you know, right? So we don't want to make any assumptions on anything. You know, and this is one of the biggest reasons for conflict in the world, for paranoia, is people making assumptions about other people. That person thinks this of me or that of me or whatever. It's just assuming things. It's assuming what other people are doing or thinking or whatever. Assuming that you know. There's another huge assumption. Assuming that we know something. And when we assume that we know something, then we close ourselves off from learning anything more. We just assume. Oh, I know that. You know, someone goes to teach something to you, and you go, oh, I already know that. And as soon as you say that, that's the three most dangerous words, by the way. I know that. As soon as you say I know that, you close yourself off to learning and growing anything else, because anything that we learn, we can learn at a deeper and a deeper and a deeper and a deeper level, and we never truly know it, because we're always getting things on a deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper level. Okay, so you just look at your own life and where you make assumptions, where you don't know things that are completely fact. And sure, we can make assumptions like, you know, the sky is blue. Most people will agree that the sky is blue, apart from when it's grey or black or whatever. But generally, like today, the sky is blue. But again, that is a very high level assumption, so to speak, because we were told by somebody else that it's blue. We were told what blue looks like, you know. But pretty much we can all agree that the sky is blue. But there are many assumptions that we don't really know. And those assumptions can be limiting us in our lives. So look at the assumptions in your life and where they've been limiting you. Maybe there are assumptions about who you are. Maybe there are assumptions about your identity, your self-image. Maybe it's a self-image that's been imposed on you by somebody else, and you just assume that's the way it is. Or someone says there's only one way to do this, and you just assume that's the way it is, when there are many other ways to do it. So it's good to actually analyze things and find out what the truth is about them instead of making assumptions. Especially when it comes to other people, relationships, things like that. That's the worst place to make assumptions, because more often than not, we're completely wrong. Even when we think we're really intuitive and, oh, I know, I can sense things and da-da-da-da-da and da-da-da-da, quite often we're completely wrong. So it's good not to make assumptions about anything. And by doing that, it will make our life so much more harmonious. So the second thing is, let's see, in no particular order, by the way, always do your best. Always do your best. And what does this do? When we decide to always do our best, it takes away judgment of ourselves, because we always decide, look, I'm going to do my best, even if I screw up, even if I make mistakes, even if I don't measure up to whatever someone else expects, even if I don't measure up to my own expectations of myself, I'm just going to do my best anyway. And with every single one of these videos, I just say, I'm just going to do my best. I want to make it better. I want to make every single video better. I want to improve on it in some way. I want to be able to inspire and transform more people's lives in every single video. But I don't beat myself up if I look at a video that I made last week and go, that video was actually better than this one. I didn't achieve it, I'm just saying, look, I'm just doing my best. And I stand up here and I just do my best. And every single day I wake up in the morning and go, okay, today I'm going to do my best. Even if I'm tired and even if I'm not on form, and sometimes I'm not on form, sometimes, I'm not thinking right, I'm tired, and sometimes my best isn't as good as it was last week. But still, given the resources I have, I do my best, and see that in other people as well. See that everyone's actually doing their best. It takes away judgment when we decide to do our best and we see others as doing their best as well, and just see it that everyone's doing their best with the resource that they have available at the time. And it takes away judgment, takes away so much negative energy, negative charge that can stop us from reaching the financial freedom that we want to reach right here, right now. So, third thing, always be impeccable with your always be impeccable with your word. So basically, always speak with integrity. Speak the truth. Be impeccable with your word. What you say is what you mean. What you say comes from your heart. Be impeccable with your word. Have a standard for yourself for what you say. Have a standard for your integrity. A standard for your honesty. A standard for just a standard for your communication. So always be impeccable with your word. I don't know if I can say much more than that. It's just about having honesty and integrity in everything you do, and not just what you say outwardly, but what you say to yourself inwardly. Call yourself out on the BS self-talk that you tell yourself of all the reasons why you can't, and instead transform them into all the reasons why you can. So be impeccable with your word, and catch yourself out when you find you're not being, and just shift it. But no judgment, just shift it. Okay, forget about that. Let's go to a new level, Number 4, don't make assumptions, always do your best, always be impeccable with your word. Last, but definitely not least, don't take anything personally. Don't take anything personally. Seriously. You know what? Nothing is personal. Zero is personal. Nothing's personal. I don't take anything personal. Nothing. You can say whatever you want in the comment section to me. Whatever you want. Doesn't matter. I won't take it personally. If it's something that I find to be rude or vulgar or real aggressiveness in there, I'll probably delete it and block you. But other than that, I just take nothing personally. And And the reason why, the ultimate reason why to take nothing personally is because I'm in service. And when I know that I'm in service, there's a greater force coming through than this person, this identity here. And so that's why I take nothing personally, because I'm in service. And when I'm in service, then it doesn't matter. It's not about being personal, because you're in service of a greater good. So that just becomes superfluous. It just doesn't matter, you know. And it's something that can stop us a lot in life if we do take things personally. If we go, okay, well, I don't want to do that because in case I get judged by this person, or that person thinks this of me, or that person says that to me, or whatever. You know, if we take things personal, we'll never actually stand up and be counted for. We'll never actually be vulnerable. We'll never actually just let ourselves come out, instead of like the cage that people keep themselves in, you know. I don't want to let too much of this out, or else, because I got to protect myself, I got to defend myself and all this. You know, I'm, you know, transparent, I'm invisible, you know, anything that just flies through me out the other end, it doesn't matter, you know. And that's just the way I just see it, you know. I just take nothing personal, because I'm not even here. I'm just an illusion. I'm a hologram. You know, that's the way I see things. Read The Holographic Universe. You know, if you want to understand how my weird mind works. Holographic Universe, Michael Talbot. Great book. Yeah, so don't take anything personally, because it's not personal. You know, people just have their own stuff going on, and when people say things to you that are meant to be harmful or whatever, it's just how they've represented things in their mind. It's actually got nothing to do with you. It's really like here's the thing I got many years ago is what other people think of you has nothing to do with you. You know, seriously, it's got nothing to do with you what other people think of you. So stop being so nosy and thinking about it. You know, you know, that's just simply it. And it's extremely freeing when you don't take anything personal. You know, when you can just let yourself be vulnerable, and it doesn't matter if people try to, you know, it doesn't matter, because you're not even there in the first place. You're just here to be of service. And when you keep that distinction in mind, I'm here to serve, then, you know, nothing can be taken personal. You know, and I see that when I teach martial arts, whenever I'm doing these videos, whenever I'm doing anything, whenever I'm putting myself out there in some way, you know, nothing's personal, because I'm just there to serve, and it's as simple as that. So yeah, if you want to really excel and exceed at a very high level, if you want to be a leader, if you want to have great leadership qualities, if you want to be that beacon of light, then you got to stand by the 4 agreements. Don't make assumptions, always do your best, always be impeccable with your word, don't take anything personally, because literally it's not.